Howdy y'all, Warchild here with my very first tank review for World of Tanks Blitz. What motivated me to do a review? Well folks, it was the SU-76i Soviet Tank Destroyer, better known as the Iceclaw. Let me start off by saying that I have no personal affiliation whatsoever with wargaming other than being an avid player and fan. So in this review, you know you'll be getting the straight up skinny without any additives or preservatives. Now I'm not a technical guy, which means you won't be getting any numbers from me other than 11.7. which is the quickest reload time I can manage by stocking up on all the goodies. I don't do numbers because my focus is on how much fun a tank is to play. And for me, there are very few tanks out there that are as much fun as the Iceclaw. The one big question that starts every conversation I have about this tank is it worth the $10 or $12 price tag for a Tier 3? Well, this is a tougher question to answer than it looks. To me, the answer is an unequivocal yes. But that takes me to why I bought the tank in the first place. You see, I'm a Windows 10 player, and because of my schedule, I tend to play a lot late at night when it's difficult to get higher tier matches. Since I tend to fall asleep waiting 2.5 minutes for a Tier 6 match, I prefer to have several quick games, and Tier 3 is perfect for catching a ton of action and challenges. Additionally, since I use all that I can to win, such as heat, APCR, provisions, etc., and I prefer not to lose a bunch of credits, like when I'm driving my T-54 or RU-251, it's nice to use a premium tank that can either earn some credits or at least keep you from losing them. And finally, I just think it's a great looking solid tank with really cool camo. So for me, it's worth the $10. And if it's worth that much, it's definitely worth it to pay $2 more so you can get 2000 gold, the awesome snow leopard camo, but most of all because it turns the SU-76i into the Iceclaw for all the world to see and your enemies to feel. Don't let the fact that I'm currently ranked as the #1 Iceclaw player in North America fool you. I still play like a scrub. But the Iceclaw lets me get away with it. You see, a true Unicum player really tries hard to avoid being shot, whereas I prefer to charge directly at the enemy and get right up into business. With the OP frontal armor and the overall speed of the Iceclaw, I have very little to fear from enemy tanks in most situations. To me, the Iceclaw is the perfect marriage of German accuracy and Russian bias. I'll talk more about the bias part later, but for now, let's look at the accuracy of the tank. I've selected some game clips so you can see for yourself how accurate this tank really is. This one I call threading the needle.
Looks like that one went right through.
Here I'm shooting through a bridge at a Tier 4 DW2.
We hit them hard.
And just so you know, I'm pretty far away from this tank as I'm shooting at him while he's on the move through the bridge. That was a little bonus explosion. I selected this clip so you could see him shooting all the way across the map through a water tower while getting shot at an M2 medium. And he's gone. Ooh, distance battle completed. That was another long distance shot. Nice damage on a long distance shot to an M3 Lee. And then a nice sniping spot here. Oh, T82. Bye bye. This map I have to reposition myself on the edge so I can get a shot. Then I have to move my tank forward so I can get my gun barrel down. This tank actually has pretty good gun depression. There's a nice Tier 4 tank destroyer gone. And ooh, should probably edit that out of this video. Kind of forgot where I was on that point. I'll keep the clip running so you can see the other shots I make here in the series. Here I think I'm going to make it all the way up to this interesting looking sniping spot, but I realized I didn't have enough momentum to get me up there. I didn't realize that yet, but now I do. So a good shot there, but where's my reticle? It's pointed up in the sky. And we've got it focused in the right spot. That was an easy shot. He was wounded. Now I'm bound and determined to get to the top of this sniping point. So we'll take a little bit different angle. It's important to note that I have not been spotted yet. Allows me to move around freely. Aha! Tier 4. Nice moving shot, good damage. He's getting closer. Now I've been spotted, I want to back off. So 1, I don't get shot. 2, I want my camo to reset. I'm going to have difficulty getting a shot on him unless I move all the way forward and get my gun just angled right. He's not quite in range, but if I hold just for a minute, he might move back. Sure enough, boom. Need this guy to get out of the way. Let's see if he does. Sure he does. Nice long distance shot on a tier 4. Call that a magic shot when they vanish and then reappear. That was good damage. It's all the way across the map on Canal. This is an interesting shot. He vanished, so I don't know exactly which way he's pointing, so I switched to APCR, and that takes care of him. Ghost shot. Speaking of ghost shots, here is Mines, an M2 medium. We smack him pretty good there. He sees us. We have to move because he shoots. Nice big ball of heat at me. He's moving to the right, so I want to reposition myself and get a good shot on him. And he goes into ghost mode. But I get him, as you can see. Good deal. Oh, I better get in the cap circle. What about the cap? I'd like to get those points. I could turn and face those guys, but I think we're going to cap regardless of what I do. And with the speed of the tank, I'm able to get the win for the team. Here we're going to take a moving shot on a Electo. Here's another moving shot on a Martyr. All the way across the map. And here's another Iceclaw, moving pretty quick, but it stops in its tracks. So you can hit moving targets pretty easy with this tank. Mastery badge, nothing bad about that. This clip in here to show you another moving target from almost all the way across the map. Good damage. I stopped him there in his tracks. That allows my team to finish him off. I've put some clips together to show you the penetration of this tank, which I think is really good for Tier 3. That's an M2 medium, which is the most common foe that you will face. This one has the derpy gun, and he just shot a nice big ball of heat at my partner there. He just shot one at me with just a little bit of damage, and then my partner finished him off. Here's another M2 medium. Gone. M2 medium. He does not have the derp gun, but he gets to go away just the same. Don't know what gun he has, but it doesn't matter, because he's gone too. This tank will obviously finish off any Tier 3 with ease. Here's one of my other favorite Tier 3 tanks, the Panzer S-35. That tank has excellent armor for its tier, and a very high reload rate, which made it my original favorite for Tier 3. This one has a very nice camo. Sorry to mess it up, but we gotta go. There's a cruiser for you, very colorful. Another Panzer S-35. Ooh, and an Iceclaw. I bounced his shot. He did not bounce mine. And a T-82, which can put a lot of hurt on you when you're driving this tank. But I don't have to worry about him anymore. This series of clips shows Tier 4 penetration. That's the front of a DW2, which is hard to penetrate. Another hard tank to handle is a Hetzer. Here I lay pretty good smack on him. I get shot from my left side. I move out of the way of the guys firing me and up on this Hetzer with enough time to finish him off. This is an Electo. Can penetrate that pretty easily. Here's an M3 Lee. An SU-85B. Nice penetration and damage on that tank. Here's a Valentine 2, also a very difficult tank to hit and get penetration on, but we got 183 points off of it there. And then I would call this tank the nemesis of Tier 3, the Matilda. This series of clips shows you what an Iceclaw can do to a Matilda, which is pretty good damage. Nice.
Track fixed. Let's roll.
And I saved the best for last. That was one shot on Matilda. I have to move to reposition so I can shoot him again. This is aiming at the front of Matilda, the gray part right in the very center. Direct shot. It's a pretty long shot too, but I did 145 damage to him, which ain't bad. Luckily he's not focused on me, which allows me to finish him off. Ooh, another mastery badge. Now for the good stuff. Ammo racks and fire sets. That's finishing off a Mark II. There was no ammo rack or fire there. However, I think this Tier 2 is about to have a bad day. Yep, ammo rack. This guy's moving. Let's see what we can do to him. Dead. What's this little fella doing? Just sitting there? Oh. Ammo racks are great, but fire is awesome. I like fire better actually because when they get ammo rack, they don't know what happened. But when they catch fire, they feel the burn. The armor on the Iceclaw bounces a lot of shots, which is where I believe the Russian bias comes into play because sometimes it bounces shots it really shouldn't. Oh, I'm hit! I'm hit! Oh, only lost 5 hit points. No loss there. Didn't bounce it, but didn't do much damage. Oh, I got hit again, but no damage. Switched to HE, which was a bit disappointing, but okay. Now I see that a Martyr 2 is just tearing my team apart over here, so I'm going to go see what he's doing. Shot him before he could shoot me, threw his aim off. Didn't bounce that shot, just missed it completely. But I notice I'm getting hit from the left side. As you can see, getting hit on my left, which the armor on the sides of this thing is pretty bad. And there was no damage, but it was just a tier 2. Now I'm down to 47 hit points here. I'm getting pounded. After that, and as you will note, I'm not losing any health whatsoever. Take care of that. It's a nice tier 4 gone, but I bounced at least 2 of his shots. Get shot twice there, but I'm still at 47, so no damage. It's just a bonus shot here on the Hetzer. Get to put him to bed. Now that he's gone, it allows me to focus on the remaining tank, which is a Martyr 2 that is somewhere up here. There he is on my right. He just killed a Matilda on my team, which is a hard tank to kill, as you know. I'm coming up. He makes the defensive maneuver. I want to try to shoot him before he shoots me, but that fails. But I bounce his shot, have absolutely no damage, and he's gone. Bouncy armor. Here are some clips that focus on the tank's reload time. As I mentioned before, if you put everything on it that you can get the reload time down to 11.7. And if your enemy tank stays absolutely still, not a problem. But when does that happen? Most of the time you shoot one tank, the other tanks know that you're reloading, and they come charging right at you, like this T-46. I better hurry. I bounced one shot. Didn't bounce that shot, but I got him before he could slam into me. Looks like we're about to cap here, but I got a nice shot on that Hetzer. I certainly would like to finish him off with the time remaining. I switched to HE. He's not pointed at me. He's making a run for the flag. And I get the only kill in the team. You'll see there that the tank next to me, which was a tier 4, just sliced right through me. That was my side armor. 11.7, you know, that's a long time, but it's a derpy gun, so you're going to have a trade-off. I was able to get 2 shots and finish off that tank. Here's another 2-shot volley. I'm going to get out of the way. He misses. See if I can get him before he gets over. And yes. You can run, but you can't hide. I'm picking on the Hetzers in this film. It's another ghost target. He reappears just in time. With a nice angle for me to shoot him. Here, my reload time prevents me from making a shot on a stationary target, so he starts to run, but with the accuracy of the tank, I'm able to hit him on the run. But then my reload time prevents me from shooting this tank where I'd like to, but missed opportunities in one place afford opportunities in others. Boom, nice ammo rack. Now there's a simple solution to the long reload. It's called ramming. Not that ramming. This kind of ramming. Here are some clips to show you just how effective this tank can be at ramming.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
We'll let the ram speak for itself.
They're knocked out.
The typical scenario that I run into is I shoot a tank, I begin my 11.7 second reload, and then I drive right at it, hoping they either stay still or, with any luck, they come right at me.
Find us another target.
The nice thing about ramming the tank is if you don't use a shell, you get to use that shell on another tank, such as this cruiser here. Took a nice cutoff angle, but I did not get the credit for that ram, even though I should have. Shoot and ram. Fire. Bouncing some nice shots on this tank. No damage. I go in for the ram. I kill him with no damage. That's a good ram. The double claw ram. This is the final clip for this ramming series. The ram will be at the end of it. As I mentioned before, this tank has excellent frontal armor, but the sides and rear are pretty bad, so you always want to keep your front pointed toward the enemy. As I start going forward here, I notice that there's a tank sneaking up on the left, so I back off a little bit. I want to make sure that he's not coming up to try to get a side shot on me. I check, and it's a tier 2, so I'm not overly concerned about it. Maneuvering for a shot, but he comes right in front. I finish him off. Now I got a long reload, but you know what? That locust is downhill for me, so let's see what we can do. Oh, that was an awesome ram. It would have been epic if I could have shot him at the same time, but he slipped off right at the last second. And that, my fellow tankers, is the end of my review. I'm going to end this video with a clip from my very first Raisin Eye in the Iceclaw. Since I've been playing it this week, I've got 2 Mastery Badge Raisin Eyes and 1 First Class Raisin Eye. But this was my very first match, where I killed all 7 of the enemy tanks. For those of you who don't know what a Raisin Eye is. You can see on the lower right where it says 7 destroyed. And 1700 damage is pretty dang good for a tier 3 tank. Tank destroyer or not. As you can see, I have played this tank quite a bit, and I've gotten a lot of enjoyment out of it. Victory is fun. And the SU-76i has given me a lot of those, so I consider it to be one of the most fun tanks that I have in my entire arsenal. So if you're looking for a great little tank to help lift your spirits or your win rate, I highly recommend getting the SU-76i Russian Tank Destroyer, known by its enemies as the Iceclaw of Death. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to message me either in-game, on the Blitz forums, or on my YouTube channel. For now, I'll wish you happy tanking.